Hey, this is Mr. Jarvis with homework help for Monday, November 13th. And we're talking about multiples, and people have struggling a little bit with adding and subtracting fractions. And I think the hard part of it is finding like a common multiple. So let's say we had 1/8, a common denominator, plus 1/6. Let me write it better. The 1/6, I won't bother. 1/6. So in order to add and subtract, we have to have the same sized pieces, which is basically, the number of pieces that make one whole has to be the same here. So we have to find common multiple between 8 and 6 and then write equivalent fractions and add them with those. So we're going to just practice here adding multiples. Now keep in mind 1/8. Every number is a multiple of itself. Multiple simply means multiplying by. So 8 times 1 is 8. And when we're to backtrack a little, when we add two fractions, we usually want to find the smallest or least number. I shouldn't say smallest really, but the least number that's common between the 8 and 6, the least common multiple, or LCM. It's not necessarily mandatory, but it makes things a lot easier. So I'll just write out these. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24. So this is what they want you to. We just want to kind of practice writing, counting by numbers. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 6 is 48. And we'll just kind of keep on going here. 8 times 7 is 56. 8 times 8 is 64. And 8 times 9 is 72. And 8 times 10 is 80. And we'll just go up to 10. All right, let's do it for 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. Have I found a common one yet? No, I haven't. 6 times 4 is 24. And 6 times 5 is 30. Have I found a common one yet? Yeah, 24 and 24. So if I want, I can write this now or wait. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 8 is 48. 6 times 9 is 54. And 6 times 10 is 60. So where are my common ones here? We already found 24, not 30, not 36. Looks like 48 is one. So we have 24 and 48 are common. The LCM would be 24, the least common multiple. So I'd want to rewrite these, like I'd write on 1/8 as a before adding as a fraction that's equivalent to something over 24. And I asked myself, what did I multiply this 8 by to get 24? And the answer is 6. So if I multiply the denominator by 6, I also multiply the numerator by 6. 6 6 is simply 1. And we learned that if we multiply something by 1, it doesn't change its value. So 1/8 is the same amount as 6. If I have one piece of something that was cut into 8 pieces, is the same as if it was cut into 24 pieces and I had 6. So these are equivalent fractions. So I'd need to do the same for 1/6 as well. And I'd get 4/24. But so moving right along, let's look at one more here. So we have 10 and 8. All right, so it's 10 times 10 is 10. This is pretty easy, right? 20, 30, 40. They all end in 0. 80, whoops. Let me fix that for myself. Let me go ahead here. 80. All right, sorry about that. 90, 100. Now the thing about the 8 is I know I'm not going to have a common multiple of anything that doesn't end in a 0. So I would just say go straight from going rather than listing them like this, if I were working with fractions, I know none of these would work. I would just think, what's 8 times 5, and come up with the answer of 40, and there's my first one. So 40. And then I would say the next one's not going to be till 10. So, writing these out is sort of not really helpful. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of follow the instructions. And it's probably good multiplication practice. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 9 is 72. 7 plus 2 is 9. And 8 times 10 is 80. And I just found my next one. 80 and 60. There we go. 40 and 80. I'm sorry. Did I say 60? No, I didn't. All right. So 40 and 80 are my common multiples, with my least common multiple being 40. So if I were adding fractions that had the denominators 10 and 8, I would try to write them as equivalent. I'd write them as equivalent fractions with denominators of 40. And I could do that because 40 here is common multiple of both of them. So they can both be multiply a number to give us 40. So hopefully this is review and you guys got that, and good luck, and hope you have a great evening. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. If you're struggling, probably means you need to work on those multiplication facts. So anyway, have a great evening and enjoy your long afternoon.